Okay, this is my drive plate tool I made, and I got my wrench. Right now I'm taking off. I'm going to remove the hub. So I made another tool. Earlier I made this tool right here that you put the bolts in there and you tighten them and it takes the hub off. But first I got to take this bolt out here off. So I'm doing that right now. Hopefully. Get the tool on there. My lighting back here is not the greatest, and this takes off. And that's off there. Taking that off. Hopefully that's still in the frame. Okay. Alright, putting this tool down. And that's the bolt right there. And I don't know. Take that off next. Hopefully the tool I made is working good. Oiled. And these are CVJ bolts, hardened steel, and it's good for this that I have left over something. And you know, I don't know, it's like it's in there. Oiling it isn't really going to do anything, I don't think. How's the oil really going to get in there? And here's my plate I made earlier, and the idea is to get it aligned. I got all the stuff in here in my shop area, is to get it aligned, and I hope this tool works, otherwise I'll be rebuilding my engine again or making it into a piece of junk. Just tighten them a little bit at a time. And pop. I didn't even go very far. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. All that work just to make a little tool. Just to get this off. To find out that... Okay, I didn't see a seal in here. There's no O-ring seal on this. And in the manual they show an O-ring seal inside there, and there is no O-ring seal. But now I know how to take this off without hurting the engine, and that didn't take very much force to do that. So that's how it is, and see how those bolts, line up on that plate. And these work great, hardened steel CVJ bolts. And the thickness of the metal is probably 1/10 of an inch. Just get a roughly yeah, it's like 1/10 of an inch. And I harden this. I'll try to show some of that. And boom, that's the tool. This is the O-ring. It's supposed to fit like that on the hub. I don't know if I got enough light in there. So basically, just push it on like so. And it's supposed to be lightly oiled. And got my keeper on the bottom. Make sure I got that in the right spot. Hard to see down there. There it is, it's indexed. And it's in place. And it goes in there. Okay. Things that I probably forget in the past. I don't know. There's that. All right. Okay. There we go. I go 150. I got my O-ring seal in there now. If that can turn. Okay. That's 150. We're at 200. $260, huh? I think it's too tight. Man, it's tight. They don't want that coming loose. A little bolt. I don't want that coming loose. So if anybody's working on a Type 4 engine and they want to remove the hub for the fan, usually what I'll do is when I take apart the engine, I can put a regular puller on here and just pull it off. And I've done that. That's how I've done it. But when it's up against the engine, it's too tight to get the claw of a regular puller behind here. If you have a special puller that you've modified, maybe that would work. I thought about doing that, but I looked in the manual, and in the manual it says to use a special hardened plate that slides behind, that will slide behind the bolts, and you put some 8mm bolts in there, and you tighten them down on the plate, and it will pull the hub off. So I got some plate steel, and I'm gonna make my own tool to do this. As you can see, I got it, I don't know if you can see it right there. I got it marked how I'm going to remove the metal, and this will slide behind the hub, and 3 bolts will go in there and tighten down on the steel, and hopefully that will do the trick for removing it. I don't like the fact that this pushes against the casting of the case, where the bolts are going to push, but the steel should distribute the pressure evenly, and it shouldn't be that difficult. Hopefully it will come right off. This is what they say to do, so we're going to give it a try. After I make this tool, I'm gonna heat it up red hot, and I'm going to temper it, and I'm going to harden it. I've done it before with steel, and it works really good. To make it much harder, where you get it red hot, you throw it in oil, and what that does is, with steel, it will make it very brittle and hard, and so it will be a very sturdy plate. It's already sturdy right now, but I think that's the thing to do. So we're gonna at first I'm gonna drill this out. We'll have to do a little bit of filing on this. I'm going to cut there and cut there, and then oh yeah, that's it. It's in. That's it. I made a tool. My head in the way. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Bolts just make it right onto that pattern to hold it in place. I need to there it is. Just like that. All right. We're gonna try to heat treat this, and the idea is to get it glowing red hot, and then put it in that can of oil. I don't know if it's just smaller parts, and it's going to get hotter. I'm getting almost done with this. I can see the back getting a little bit red. That's good. That's what I wanted to do.